Okay, this is my first time doing this, so let's do this right. 안녕하세요. Let me try that again. 안녕하세요. 내 이름은 Lizda. I think I said that right. I don't know. Anyway, hi, I'm Liz. This is my first video doing this. That's pretty much majority of Korean I know. I know 사랑해, 사랑해요, 친구, friend, 하지마, stop, like really basic words. But anyway, I am filming this video because I want to start doing a thing where I take you along with my, I guess, experience with Korean. I'll give you like a little background in a second, but I figured that since not a lot of people really document when they start taking a language and you know, when they start getting really good at it, I figured it might be kind of cool to like get that experience and like see how someone actually does along the way. So right now you can see that I'm very basic with it, but I thought it'd be really cool. Not a lot of people do stuff like that, so it was like, why don't I give it a go and people can keep up with it and see what goes on, and it might be kind of helpful for anyone that wants to see what it's like learning a language, especially since in the beginning it's not easy. So I figured I'd give it a go. Let me give you a little background. My name is Liz. I am a junior in college right now, and I'm going to be going into my senior year next year. Right now I'm still in my junior year. I'm studying abroad in London right now, but by the time I actually start really learning Korean, I'm going to be back home in America. You can tell by my accent. I wanted to start taking Korean because I got really into K-pop and K-dramas, and I figured it might be kind of a useful language to learn if I'm really into music like that. Especially since I'm a music industry major, I want to go into management or PR, just something along the lines of helping out artists. And if I like Korean or K-pop enough, you know, Korean pop music, then I may want to check it out, you know, maybe go into somewhere like that. I don't really know. But at the same time, I figured it might be good just to learn another language. And help myself learn lyrics and translate videos for myself, I guess, instead of having to rely on English subs, which, you know, are really helpful, and I'm thankful for anyone that does stuff like that. But it might be nice to be able to translate for other people or even just for myself. So I got into K-pop just this last October 2016. My friend showed it to me and I got really, really excited about it. I thought it was a lot cooler than I expected it to be. I heard about it in high school, but never really got into it then. So I was excited a bit for new music because I'm so used to a lot of the same stuff in America. So it was nice to hear something new. That's kind of my story. With Korean right now, let me tell you a little bit about my Korean. I've gone over the alphabet a little bit, but not a lot. Like, I've gone over it a tiny bit, just kind of like to learn it and like, not even per se write it yet, but just, you know what, I don't know what I'm trying to say, just like be able to read it, sort of. So I'm trying to practice on that right now. Any vocabulary I can kind of learn, I try and do a little bit sometimes. My study routines right now are not up to date. I am very bad at finding time to study for it, but you know, that's the most important part, is actually practicing and doing the work, and especially speaking, which I don't really get to do a lot of because I don't have any Korean friends. But yeah, I will say that I took Japanese in high school for 4 years, and I took it for another semester in college, and I'm taking it again next semester. I'd say I do pretty well with it. My brother majors in it, so it's like something I feel like it'd be good to know in case he lives in Japan and wants to go over there and live there. So I figure I might as well learn a little bit more. So if you want, I can introduce myself in Japanese. So, hajimemashite, watashi wa Liz desu. Yoroshiku onegai shimasu. 20歳です. yeah, that's just a little bit. I mean, I could always do more, but I don't want to sit here. This is supposed to be for Korean, not Japanese. But if you ever have any questions about like basic Japanese, I could probably help out. But I want to focus this more on my Korean learning. I just figured it's important to know that I have studied another Asian language before. That's also quite a big influence on how I was able to get into K-pop, I guess, because I'm so used to my brother listening to like J-pop and J-rock, and I've grown up like watching Naruto and stuff like that, you know, like I'm used to seeing that at home. Like Pokemon was my life as a kid, and it still is, surprisingly, but you know, yeah. So I mean, I wasn't like, you know, completely against getting into like an Asian culture, considering I've already known so much about Japanese culture. I've made Japanese friends before a lot, like both through high school when we had exchange students, and as well when we had what was it? Oh, I like had met a few people like at school. Like here, there's a Japanese girl that I've talked to a bit, and a few other Asian people I've talked to. I mean, it's not like the important thing about making Asian friends, obviously, is friendship itself. But you know, when you need to practice a language with someone, get like a native speaker because they're gonna be great, and also like they're into the same stuff that you'd probably be into, as long as you know you are doing a language where you like that culture, which I totally suggest. Otherwise, probably not worth it. So I figured that I'd give you a quick little introduction of me and the Korean I know. So it's like really basic right now, and I'll try and update like every now and again. But now that my classes are over, I'll probably be able to try and learn a little more Korean. And I will say that my 2017 resolution was to like learn a bit of Korean, as well as learn the lyrics to BTS's Cypher 3 and 4. Although I'll say right now that I've only made progress on part 4. Should I like do part of that right now just to like show you the Korean I know? I feel like I should. I feel like that'd be a good idea. So, sorry, bae. Sorry, bae. Diction, sorry, bae. Oh, face, 나는 idol. Sorry, bae. Since we go, so I'm sorry, bae. 너 문건객에서 I'm sorry, bae. 방송합니다, I'm sorry, bae. Everything. Sorry, bae. 지금 내면 I tried. 지금 내가 내는 sorry, bae. Oh god, okay, well, let's just stop there. That's basically what I know. Back to the basic microphone check. Call me Babsay. Okay, I'll stop. But I have made a bit of progress on that. I'd say that hasn't per se helped my Korean, but it's helped with me wanting to learn lyrics, and it's also Korean, so as long as I can get the translations to it, I can possibly at least know how to say that. But that's really not a complete tie to it. Pronunciation has been difficult, mostly because I'm used to doing Japanese pronunciation, and they can sound a little bit different. Like the R's are the same, where you go da, like d, d, like that kind of sound. They're like D's and T's sound similar, their B's and P's sound similar, and that one gets me a lot. G's and K's are very similar too, which I'm used to actually separating those two for Japanese. Like you go ka and ga, but with this it's kind of like a mix. Like you almost go like ka, like no, like ka, ga, ga. Like it's, I have to repeat myself a lot when I try and like do anything like that, because it's very, very specific. I've watched a few YouTube videos about people who have learned Korean, and I'd say those can be kind of helpful because they can give you like tips. I watched this one girl who I subscribed to recently. I'll put her link below. She kind of helps you out with pronunciation a little bit, or she like gives you tips for it. And one of the things she said is to keep your tongue kind of towards the front instead of bringing it back. So like your accent might sound different when you speak English, but it might be a little bit different when you speak Korean, and obviously when I speak Japanese, you can hear a little bit of an accent difference as well. Like if I wanted to say something like ganbarimasu or genki desu ka? Like anything, you can hear like a little bit of a difference to when I speak English like I am now. Like if I said like hajimemashite, watashi wa Liz desu, yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Like you hear a bit of a difference. So yeah, the one thing I will say with these is that when you want to learn a language, don't try and be like be open to it, but don't be really closed-minded with like how you've seen it before. Like there's a lot of people who use the term Koreaboo or what's the one for Japan? You'll know what I mean. You probably know the word. I can't think of it right now. But just don't be like really basic with it. Really try to explore into it. Don't do it just because you like one little thing with the culture. Like do it for like the entire culture. Like Seoul has like a really great music industry. Obviously a lot of their stuff is based around K-pop, which is really cool with me. I think it'd be really interesting to learn a new music industry culture because I'm so used to America's, even though I haven't really per se worked in America's music industry that much. So like it's good to like explore that for me per se, because like I might need to go to another country if I did work like that. But yeah, so do it for more than just the fact that you like K-pop or you like anime. Like with Japanese, I know so many people that try and learn it just because they like anime, and then they like use a lot of the phrases that they learn from the anime, and it's like, do it for more than that. Like I love so much about Japanese culture. I love the people. Like I've made some really, really good friends. I love the location. Like a lot of the nature in Japan is really pretty. Like I watched a Japanese, like a documentary about Japan recently, and like it was really cool. You know, I love the food. I do love the music. Like I've got into it because of my brother. There's like so much more that goes into like a country, and you know, a lot of people have to like learn English now to like keep up with the rest of the world. And you know, sometimes it's nice to finally do it yourself, like learn a new language, because we're so used to learning Spanish or French, and it's really important to explore other languages, especially Asian languages, or there's a lot of South American languages that people don't know about. There's like so many European languages, oh my gosh. And like even Africa has like some of their own languages too, you know. It's like most people are so used to the basics, and to kind of explore a bit, especially since Asia has a lot of very big countries and cultures and economies, especially economies. Japan and China are huge, so it's like it's good to learn it for business, for fun. I mean, obviously I'm kind of learning Korean for fun, but like at the same time it might be nice to have it for business. You never know, like if I was able to go for a company over to Japan or Korea and strike up a business deal, like it'd be useful to know it for that. So I think that's one reason why I want to learn it. Obviously my main reason is because I'm starting to get into the cultures more and more, and if I ever go to visit friends in Japan, or you know, I want to go to Korea for a little vacation or something, it's good to know it for that, and just communication in general. So that's really about it. That's all I wanted to let you know. So the very basic Korean I know right now, and give you a little breakdown about why I want to learn it and where I'm at right now, all that. So yeah, if you'd like to stay up with my journey, please subscribe to my YouTube channel below. I'm going to be writing blog posts about this stuff too, so I'll leave the blog that I make for this as soon as I create it below as well. And yeah, give this video a like if you are excited for this kind of video theme ideas. I don't know what to say. Anyway, yeah, so I think that's about it, and maybe along the way I'll show my progress with stuff like Cypher Part 4 and all that, just so you can see if my resolutions become a real reality. Yeah, so thank you, and I'll be talking with you all very soon. So, annyeong!